everybody, it's Christine. It's time for BoBunny Stash Bash. And confession time, I found this collection not in my BoBunny stuff, but mixed in with some of my theme papers. And I found it looking for counterfeit kit blog challenge stuff. And I was like, oh gosh, this is 2012. Look at that, y'all. So I have to use it because the next ones I have in my collections over there are 2013. And in fact, I think the last collection I did was 2013. So this is older than those. So I have to use this first. And it is BoBunny's Ambrosia. And look at that. Isn't that stunning? That's a gorgeous piece of paper. The only thing is all I have left is, I can't even swear this is from this collection. I actually think it may not be, but I had it together. I'm actually pretty sure it's not, but I think it's okay. I'm going to maybe cut these flowers out. So maybe it's just these 3 sheets of paper that I've already cut into this one and a sticker sheet, y'all. So this is the only full size I have. It's just a piece of paper. And then I have these like a little square things. And then this little piece here that's just basically that. So we'll see what I got. I think I may still bring this in just because the colors are the same. And then I'm kind of cheating, but on the other hand, I go, well, it's stashed. So the picture I have is my daughter when she was graduating college. I just had her stand and hold the diploma thingy in front of the chapel, the main. This was kind of the centerpiece of the campus, if you want to call it that. And then I don't have any, obviously all I have are these stickers, which are tricky for me to use, if I'm honest, because the way they did it back in 2012, so this is, almost 14 years ago, most everything was just basically a square. And there's not even a ton of stuff to fussy cut. I mean, I guess you could cut out something. I do like this. I might could cut that out. This is kind of an oval, but it's very or it's not, there's not the, what do they do today? Like they might use it and cut around a thing, right? So it's all very squarish. So it can be tricky to use. But the other day I did a couch project, y'all. And I sat with my die cutting machine and a bunch of scrap papers. And I cut out just things from my scraps. And I do have a couple of these little feathers that could work. I don't know. I have to look. I have some rounded things. I have some things. So I definitely like these little green leaf things. So, and I have photo strips. So we'll see. I'm going to get into this maybe and see. There's like a big butterfly. An orange butterfly. And there's orange. So maybe I can work with this. It's a little bit on the, I don't know, y'all. May not be the right shade. That's okay. Might could work with that. Anyways, I got those things to work with, perhaps. And of course, there's always stash stuff. So that's what I'm starting with. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do though, y'all. Like I said, I don't have much to literally. So I've only got basically. I'll most certainly have to cut these out. So I've got these 2 pieces. I initially would have thought to cut these out, but because I don't have hardly anything left, I'm imagining it's just gonna have to go something like that, and then we'll make something work. Right? This may actually go quicker because a lot of times we don't have anything to work with, man. That's what you got. This is pretty. I might could tear this out or something. I don't know. Let me think on it and I'll be back on in a second. So this layout took me a little longer than I thought it would because I fassed around with just like 3 pieces of paper. So the first thing I did decide to do, first off, I mentioned to you that yellow piece was the only one that I had that was 12 by 12. I initially thought maybe I would fussy cut the florals and go get a piece of white cardstock and all that. But I kind of decided, no, Christine, just go with the paper as they designed it. I didn't really want to spend tons of time fussy cutting anyway. Y'all know me. I will fussy cut, and I actually do fussy cut on this layout. But I do not love it. So I go, you know what? I'm just going to use the paper as designed. But I did decide I was going to kind of split it. There was this border sticker here. Now, it's not quite long enough. You guys know with some of these sticker sheets, the border stickers are always just a hair shorter than 12 by 12. And so I will have to split that in a minute, but I'm not 100% sure where things are going to go just yet. So I just laid it down as it was, and then I will split it in just a little bit. So then I've got my photo. I have mounted it on a piece of white cardstock, and then I'm going to use these, the back side of that paper that I tore. Do you see I pointed out to you the little design. It's got the really sweet butterfly kind of going up the side of the page. I tore that, and then I'm using the back side of it as photo mat. And then I'm going to get into my straggler orphan piece of paper as another photo mat. That's the one I mentioned to you that I don't believe is actually from this collection, but the colors matched. So I use that as the second photo mat. And I'm going to scuff the edges of everything because I have torn that one paper And then I'm going to kind of, in my head, I'm going, okay, I know I want it on the right side. I kind of mess with it. Again, I kind of fast with this, you guys. So the video is longer than it really probably should be. Or even took the layout took me longer than it should have. And then this butterfly, I love the butterfly, but it does give me a little bit of angst. I started in the upper left because I feel like, well, I've got all this dead space. I hate to use the word dead space, but the sky is just so open, right? And I thought, well, I'm going to put it up there because I think it'll look good coming off that photo up there. But I don't glue it down because it just still doesn't really feel right. The piece of paper to me has this kind of natural diagonal. So I'm going to try to play off of that. Well, I don't try to, I do actually try to play. I play off of that in just a minute. But I did have this other little piece of paper that I thought, okay, I can make another little torn thing. And I tore it up and I just kind of made this little strip that goes behind the left-hand side of the photo again. And again, I got that butterfly up there in that upper left. I had it in my head. That's where that was going to go. But I think just in my heart, I go, that's not the right place for you. So again, I'm going to fast around with this stuff. So this is why I end up having too much time on this video. And then I put it down there and I think, okay, I think I like it better down in the lower left corner. It just basically kind of adds to that lower left floral design down there. And it kind of contributes to the diagonal of the design overall. So I feel like that's where that's going to go. I don't think I move it again. And that actually is basically where that ends up. So now I'm kind of looking, I picked up the sticker sheet for a second, but now I've got into these cut aparts. I'm like, okay, what can I use here? And I see this little, well, I moved that butterfly again, y'all. That's not where that goes. I tried it up there too, but that's too big up there. It doesn't look right. It's too heavy. It's going to be too much. So I'm going to move it again. But on the cut aparts, that's the big squares on the side you're seeing now, but I'm going to flip it over. And on the other side, there's a little bit smaller cut aparts, and there's this little brown beige like journaling card thing that has a little orange butterfly. And I think, okay, I like you, and I'll fussy cut you out of your square. So again, this is back, I don't know when your design trends changed or whatever, but there's all these square things, and you kind of have to today's style is more free flowy shape type stuff, and you have to kind of cut the things out. So I've cut that out, and then I decided there's this other little piece that says Beautiful Dreamer, I guess is what that says. And I've turned that, instead of a square, I've turned it into a little fishtail banner looking thing. And that's going to end up being my title. I tried up there and I go, no, I don't like it there. I tried up there. I don't like it there. It's going to go down by the butterfly. I do like it down there. Now I've kind of folded it, and you might think that's not so good because, well, it's folded. Well, no, I'm going to actually use Nuvo glue in the center, and I will put foam squares under the two sides that are lift up. So I keep it folded kind of on purpose, y'all. I don't know that I leave all that part on camera just because it's adhering things, it's gluing things down, but that's what I'm going to end up doing. And then that little tiny piece right there says Make a Wish. So I like that on the top of that little title thing there. Now here's where I realize, okay, I know where I'm going to actually have to split my sticker. So that's where I'm going to do it, is right there, because I do have that little, you can kind of see it now under the lower left corner of the photo. It's that little brown, I'm inking it now with the orange butterfly. So I did come in and decide to ink the edges of the papers with Vintage Photo. Y'all, it took me 2 minutes to get that out of that my little case that I have. I was really frustrated. Every other color was on top. I'm like, that figures. I'm going to use a little Nuvo glue to attach my little sticker here. Of course, it's stuck up with glue. I have to get my pen. It seems like everything I was pulling out, this gets a little choppy because almost everything I'm pulling out I have to kind of mess with, and I don't think y'all kind of want to see that. So if it's a little choppy, that's why. My apologies. But anyway, I put that little bit of glue there, and I'm going to put that on top of that little title there. So that's basically my title, Make a Wish, Beautiful Dreamer. So I just called the whole layout Make a Wish on the video here, but that's basically the title. And now I'm ready to kind of start gluing stuff down, because so far I've just been fastening with it and kind of dry fitting and stuff like that. I did ink the edges of that butterfly as well. I like the butterfly, but it felt a little bit stark, if that makes sense. Y'all, if y'all hear any kind of yard machines, I don't know who's doing their yard. I'm actually doing this voiceover on Thanksgiving, so I don't know who is doing their yard work on Thanksgiving. Oh, I shouldn't say much, though. We went to the gym already this morning. My husband said, we're going to go have fogo de chao, and if you've never heard of that, it's an all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouse, and he says when we get back home, we're going to take a 2-mile walk, because we probably eat too much. All right, so I've glued down my little cut-apart thingy there, and I've glued down my photo. My butterfly is going to go there, and I'm going to glue down my title. I think this is where I'm actually, in the upper left up there was a couple of stickers. Saturn has to get in the middle of it, y'all. This was actually a morning. The cats were not in a good mood with each other. They were arguing, and she's come in wanting love. Sometimes I get irritated with her because she kind of starts it, but then on the other hand, Oreo will start it. And it's like, I can't tell if they're trying to play or if they're really aggravated. It's really hard to tell. But I turned those 2 square stickers into fishtail banners as well. That's just going to go in the upper left corner. And what am I doing right here? I think I'm getting back into the sticker sheet. And I think this might be, is this where I decide to pull out? Oh, this has got a little phrase on it. It's basically, I forgot what it said, y'all, now. You can read it, I think, but it's basically do things you're, if you can dream things, you can do things, or something like that. Sorry, you guys, I'm not looking at it, but I like it a lot. It kind of ties to me back into, you know, graduating and things like that. I will end up pulling out, I'd forgotten, I sat there and told you guys in the intro about my little die cut project, and then I almost forgot it. And then I went, oh shoot, I need some more of those little things. So I pull out all these little green leaves. I love these little ivy leaves, honestly. And I'm just going to kind of build these around the two corners on top of those florals. It's just adding. I love the floral pattern, but it is flat, obviously. There's no dimension to it. So I'm trying to just add to that dimension. And I fast roll these leaves in the upper right corner. The left one went easily and fine, but that upper left one I kind of messed with. And then I'll use a little bit of Nuvo glue just to glue the stuff down. And I think, let's see, I did put the little phrase that's in the upper left corner that's in that sky. I put that up on foam. And then the second little sticker in the upper left, the little bluish one, I put that up on foam. And, of course, the butterfly, I'll put a few little foam pieces behind it. Now, in a second, I'm going to get this little piece here. I'm going to start fussy cutting these little butterflies. So this is on these little round stickers that's on the sticker sheet. But I don't want the round stickers. So I'm going to cut out the little butterflies from them and tuck them into the little green ivy pieces. And I think that looks so sweet. So now I have this big old butterfly. And then I'm going to add basically 4 little small butterflies to the inside of the little clusters. And that's going to look really sweet. See that? And I will put little tiny foam stickers up under some of the wings in just a minute. But I have to fussy cut these other pieces out. I don't make y'all sit and watch me do that. But I wanted you to kind of see what I had done. We'll just take those stickers and cut them out. Okay, so now what have I got going on? I can't see, y'all. I think I'm just gluing stuff down, adding the little foam stickers and stuff like that. I have these really, really tiny ones. I think they're called micro squares, and they'll go up underneath the little pieces here. I mess with, they're kind of challenging because they are so tiny. My fingers, I'm just so clumsy. I feel like I've got clubs for hands sometimes. You know, they're not very dexterous, if that's the word. Dexterous? I think it's dexterous. I don't know. You know, they're not very agile. I don't know what my vocabulary is. I'm having trouble with my vocabulary this morning. So anyway, you can kind of see I'm putting these little tiny squares up underneath there. But I think this looks so cute. So I'm putting this little foams there. I think that's where I got going on. Now, I'm going to end up pulling out these little jewels here. I pulled these out because they're out of my stash too. And I actually did this the other day. I had forgotten they were in strips. Well, this was in strips. And I thought it would look neat on the butterfly body. And then I just did, it is easier for me, if I'm honest with you guys, to cut these one at a time off these strips than to try to get them off the little sheets sometimes. So I'm just going to add little purple little gems in amongst all the florals here, and amongst all the little pieces and parts. I put the strip on the butterfly, I put 3 down the lower left, and in the upper right, I go ahead and I think I put 5 little jewels up there. And I think that adds to it. So this layout actually got a lot more involved and a lot more detailed than I originally thought I could be, because I only had those 3 sheets of paper. So I'm actually really pleased with this. It became a lot more intricate, kind of unintentionally, but at the same time, I do think it looks really beautiful with the florals, and this bright yellow too is just stunning. I love this piece of paper, honestly. And that is all I'm going to do the layout, you guys. I decided not to do any mixed media or anything like that. It's got a lot going on with the paper and everything else. So that's all I'm going to do. Oh, sorry. I do stamp the date on it. August 1st, 2020 is when it was. I checked the photo date. Now, I'm going to show you in just a second all I have left from my collection here, which is basically the sticker sheet and this one sheet of paper basically cut up. So I'll put those in my scraps. And then here is the slowdown so you can kind of see all the little goodness. Look at all the little goodness, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Thank you guys so much for watching. Next collection should be another 2013. That should be where I'm at, is 2013. I checked my bin and I had 2 more 2013 collections before I hit into 2014, y'all. I'm going to get through at least the last decade. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.